Atuh, atuh, atuh.
Let me give you one sample example. Suppose we have this state 1, P1 equal 1 atmosphere, V1 equal 22.4 liter, N1 equal 1 mole, P1 equal 273 K. So one mole of some gas is in state 1. They have some molecule with piston. Volume is 22.4 liters. They equivalent with 1 atmosphere at temperature 273 K. Suppose some sufficient heat is supplied, then this state change. The volume is doubled. So volume V2 equal 44.8 liters, and temperature also this N2 equal the same. Temperature also doubled. P, the same. So when we supplied some sufficient energy, sufficient heat, the volume and the temperature was doubled, maintaining the pressure at 1 atmosphere. So my question is, what is the change? I mean, A, what is the change in internal energy? What is the change in internal energy? So what is delta U? The second question is, how much work is done on the system? How much work? The external pressure was maintained at 1 atmosphere. How much work is done if the external pressure is 1 atmosphere? C, how much heat is added? D, what is the change in enthalpy? What is delta U? What is W? What is Q? What is delta H? Okay. So what is the change in internals? We have U equal 3/2 nRT. So delta U equal U2 minus U1. This is state 1, state 2. When the system changed from state 1 to state 2, so what is delta U? How much work is done? mean, what is W, what is Q, so what is the delta H? So delta U equal U2 minus U1. So state 2 internal energy minus internal energy at state 1. So this means scenario 2 NR U is only depend on temperature. NR T2 minus scenario 2 NR T1. Therefore delta U equal 2 or 3 NR T2 minus T1. This equal scenario 2 N equal 1 more. R equal 8.3145. Is 546 minus 273 equal 3.4 times 10 to the 3 joule. So system energy U1 it changed to U2, delta U equal this much energy, 3.40 times 10 to the 3 joule. This much energy is becoming higher at high temperatures. So temperature is increased. So energy, internal energy also increased. Delta U equal 3.40 10 to 3 joules. Next, we are going to compute the work done by the system. So in this kind, pressure volume work, the gas is expanded, volume is doubled. So V1 equal 22.4 liters. They change to V2 equal 44.8 liters. So W equal minus P delta V. So this equal minus 1 atmosphere times 22.4 liters equal minus 22.4 times liters. How we can convert this unit to joule? This is very easy because we know the unit of gas constant R equal 0.0806 atmosphere liter mole K. And this also we writing R equal 8.3145 joule per mole K. So we can convert W equal minus 22.4 times 8.3145 0.08206 equal minus 2.27 times 10 to the 3 joule. What does negative sign mean? This negative sign indicate some energy is suspended to raise the temperature, right? So this work is done by the system. So we have paid some money to buy some good. So we increase temperature. This much work is done. So done by the system is minus side. So minus 2.27 10 to 3 joule of work is done by the system. So question number C is how much heat is added. How you can get the Q. Plus W equal delta U. This is the first law of thermodynamics, right? So you can calculate QP at constant pressure. QP equal delta U minus W. So delta U, we had delta U equal 3.40 here, 10 to 3. W equal here. So we have 3.40 times 10 to 3 joule minus 2.27 times 10 to 3. This is equal 5.67 times 10 to 3 joule. 그러니까 여러분 지금 우리 은행에서 돈을 갖다가 지금 빚진다고 생각합시다. 이만큼 지금 히트가 들어오는 게 Q가 지금 얼마큼 들어가냐면은 5.67 5.67 10 to 3 이만큼 들어왔어요, 그죠? 그리고 이 시스템이 이 온도를 올리고 이걸 익스펜션 하기 위해서 워크를 하게 W만큼 워크를 했습니다. 얼마큼 페이 했습니까? 얼마큼 지불했습니까? 2.27. So we paid 2.27 times 10 to 3. 그러면 지금 아직도 은행에 남아있는 돈이 얼마입니까? How much we can save? That is delta U. 이만큼. So we received 5.67 10 to 3 joules of heat to the system. We paid to increase the temperature and volume. We paid 2.27 10 to 3. So internal energy is this is profit. 이만큼 이익을 받죠, 그죠? 들어와서 페이하고 아직 나와 있잖아요. 이만큼 이익을 받습니다. So this is our profit. The question D is what is the change in enthalpy? So what is the delta H? Delta H is by definition delta H equal QP. We already have QP. QP is this much. So delta H equal to say 5.67 10 to 3 joule. So enthalpy change is 5.67 times 10 to 3 joule. So this is just a zero-sum game. We had this much, and we paid this much, and we saved this much money, 3.40 10 to 3. Let me give you a slightly different passage. In here we had at constant volume, right? Now we have another pathway at constant volume. This is a constant pressure, constant volume. So this means P1 to P, we don't know. V1, the same, V1, N1, the same N1, T1, we don't know. At constant volume, in this case, pressure and temperature will be changed. So, from state 1 to state 2, at constant volume, why don't we calculate delta U and delta H? So delta U equal till NR delta T. So sorry. T1 equal temperature double. Yes. T2 equal 5.6. Sorry about that. Only volume is fixed. Volume is a constant volume. Temperature is double. So internal energy delta U equal NR delta T. Therefore, 1 mole R delta T 273 is equal 3.40 times 10 to 3 joule. The same. At constant pressure and constant volume, temperature is changing is the same. In this case, delta U is the same. Because this delta U is, we call the state function. State function is depend on the initial state and the final state. In both pathways, the temperature change 273 to 546. In this case, also 273, 546. The same. Therefore, delta U is also the same. How about delta H? We expect delta H also will be the same. So let me calculate delta H. So delta U equal delta H equal H2 minus H1 is U2 minus U1 plus P2V2 minus P1V1 equal delta U plus NR T2 minus T1 equal 3.40 times 10 to 3 joule times 1 R 273 equal 5.67 times 10 to 3 joule. What's the same? We had here delta H or QP equal this much. QP equal delta H. 5.67 times 10 to 3 joules. In this pathway, and constant volume, also we have the same value. So this means delta H and delta U, such as enthalpy and internal energy are state function. If the initial temperature and the final temperature in this pathway and another pathway has also the same initial temperature and the final temperature, in that case, delta U and delta H the same in both pathways. So both systems are underwent the same temperature change. Therefore, they have the same enthalpy and the same energy change. So enthalpy and energy, internal energy, are state functions. Okay. So final example is how about this case? So now the system transforms from T1, V1, N1, P1 in step 1. The temperature is hot, P1 over 2, V1, N1, P1. In step 2, temperature remains the same. Volume at step 2, they are fourfold increased, expanded. N1 the same. Pressure is fourfold decreased. In step 3, T1, V1, N1, P1. In step 3, pressure fourfold increased, temperature twofold increased, volume twofold decreased. So my question is, what will delta U and delta H be at the end of process? 이런 패스웨이 갖다 스텝 1, 스텝 2, 스텝 3 복잡하게 트랜스포메이션을 한다 하더라도 끝에 가서 우리가 지금 델타 U, 델타 H 값이 얼마가 되겠냐 이거예요. Initial T1, V1, N1 step, N1, P1 state, step 1, the temperature is half, volume is half, N1, P1, pressure and mole number is the same. And step 2, temperature is the same, and volume is fourfold increased, N1 the same, pressure is fourfold decreased. In step 3, temperature is twofold increased, volume twofold decreased, N1 the same, pressure fourfold increased. So in whole process, what will delta U and delta H? What do you think? The answer is 0. So delta U, delta H, both are 0. Nothing. So delta U equals 0, delta H equals 0. So U, internal energy U, and enthalpy H, both are state functions. But at the end, these variables are unchanged. Initial and final state are unchanged. So that means there's no internal energy change, no enthalpy change. So enthalpy and energy are state functions. This is a very important statement, right? But work and heat are different. Work and heat are not state functions. Enthalpy and entropy, enthalpy and internal energy are state functions, but work and heat are not state functions. W, Q is not state function. U and H is state function. State function means final state, initial state. If the same, in that case, no change at all, right? So let me calculate in your textbook here from A to B this pathway C B or B first and then go to B. This is volume, this is the pressure. Pressure is 2 atmosphere, this is 1 atmosphere, here 10 liter, this is 30 liters. So you can calculate very easily WACB in this pathway. WACB equal minus 4050 joule. ADB equal minus 2030 joule. It's different value. Different pathway, different value. W is not state function. How about the Q? Q is also not state function. So QACB equal 5570 joule. QADB equal 3550 joule. Q is also different. This pathway or this pathway, they have different value. So Q and W is not state function. 여러분 산을 올라갈 때 하고 산 내려올 때, 산 올라갈 때 힘드니까 산 내려올 때 힘드니까 똑같지 않죠? 내려올 때하고 올라갈 때하고 서로 힘든 정도가 다르잖아요. So when you climb the mountain or downhill the mountain, they have a different feeling. 이게 느끼는 정도가 다른 거예요. 그죠? 그래서 W하고 Q는 지금 일단 내가 예시로 드는 건데, W와 Q가 state function이 아니라는 걸 보여주기 위해서. So W and Q is not state function. U, H is state function. 네? 여기까지 하겠습니다. 예. 안녕하십니까. 그때 때는 여러분 코로나 때문에 너무 고생이 많습니다. 자, 오늘은 계속 지난 시간에 이어서 연력학 제1법칙에 있어서 우리가 지난 시간에 배웠던 그 델타 U라든지 인터널 에너지죠. 그다음 델타 H 엔탈피, 또 Q 히트고 W가 워크죠. 근데 그 중에서 델타 U와 델타 H는 패스 인디펜던트 하죠. 경로에 의존하지 않습니다. Q와 W는 경로에 의존합니다. 패스 디펜던트 하죠. 그래서 델타 U, 다시 말해 인터널 에너지와 엔탈피는 스테이트 펑션이라고 합니다. 그것은 처음과 나중만 알면 되는 거죠. 중간에 어떤 경로를 택하든지 관계없습니다. So it's independent of path. Right? However, Q and W are path dependent. 우리가 그런 example들 몇 가지 보여줬습니다. 자, 오늘은 enthalpy of reaction, 우리가 이 소모 케미스트리라고 부르는 열화학이라고 부르는 enthalpy of reaction에 대해서 하도록 하겠습니다. 자, enthalpy of reaction. enthalpy of reaction. In Korean, 반응열이라 하기도 하고, 우리가 이 엔탈피라고 부르는 이 엔탈피 리액션. So when carbon monoxide burns in oxygen to carbon dioxide, heat is given off. Delta H, we designate QP, heat, delta H equal minus 283 kilojoules. So minus means heat is evolved from the system to the surrounding. We call this exosonic reaction. Exosonic. The other way, CO2 gas, CO plus 1 or 2 or O2. So the direction of the chemical reaction is reversed. In this case, delta H equal plus 283 kilojoules. So this we call endosonic. So to convert CO2 gas to CO and oxygen, we need 283 kilojoules of heat is required to convert to CO2 to CO and oxygen. How about this one? H2 gas to 2H. So H2 molecules they convert to atoms. Delta H equal plus 436 kilojoules. This process is also endosonic reaction. So they require 436 kilojoules to dissociate H2 molecules into the two atoms, to atom elements, to hydrogen. Reverse reaction is from the element, the formation of H2 gas. So in this case, delta H equal minus 436 kilojoules. This is an exosonic reaction. So this give off the heat to the surrounding 436 kilojoules. But this formation, this is a dissociation reaction. The reverse case enthalpy of reaction, the sign is opposite plus. This is 436. This is minus 436 kilojoules. H2O, the L means liquid state. So this convert to H2O gas. This we call the vaporization. To vaporize the water molecule from liquid state to gas state, they require the energy. This we call delta H vaporization equal 44 kilojoules. Compared to this 44 kilojoules to 283, this is almost 1/10 of the heat is required. Because this H2O molecule is non-bonded interaction. To separate H2O interactions, hydrogen bond interactions, And to evaporate to H2O gas, they need 44 kilojoule. Compared to covalent bond, this hydrogen bond is about 1/10 of the energy is required. So all this case, we put some superscript delta H0. Zero indicate this is a standard state enthalpy. Standard state means 1 atmosphere, 298 K, and 25 degrees. So at the standard state, we designate delta H0, 283. Okay. Suppose some enthalpy change, this graphite, this is solid. This carbon graphite burned into the oxygen. This becoming a CO, carbon monoxide. What's the enthalpy of reaction? This is very difficult to obtain the enthalpy of reaction for these reactions. So in this case, we usually using a combination, 2 or more equations added together. Instead of hot O2, we put O2, this O2 directly CO2. Instead of carbon monoxide, this carbon dioxide. This case, it's very easy to get this enthalpy of reaction. This is minus 395 kilojoule. So 3935.5 kilojoule is evolved from the given off from the system to the surrounding. Another one is we already know CO2 decompose CO and this delta H2 equal plus 283 kilojoule. So to decompose CO2 gas to CO and O2, they require 283 kilojoule to decompose. So we add together these two equations. This makes C graphite plus O2 give us carbon monoxide. So delta H equal delta H1 plus delta H2 equal minus 110.5 kilojoule. So this delta H0 equal minus 110.5 kilojoule. This is known as Hess's law. As I mentioned before, the enthalpy is state function. So we can combine these two equations because this is already known and we can easily get this enthalpy of reaction for these reactions. So this part is difficult to obtain. So we get together we can get, finally we can get this one. But this is Hessel's law, right? So we have a table that we evaluate this HF0. This is a standard enthalpy of formation. In Korean name, 표준 생성열, standard state enthalpy of formation. So we have this table. Using this table, we can combine this enthalpy of formation. Then we can get the enthalpy of reaction, any kind of reaction. Okay, let me give you one example. So we are going to reactant, from reactant to a product. We want to know from delta H, enthalpy of reaction, delta H, from R to P. When it is difficult to obtain this delta H, we can go to some arbitrary, some intermediate state, go to E first, then go to P. We know the delta H R E and the delta H R E P. So we together, we adding, then we can get delta H R P. But this is just addition of delta H R E and delta H E P to yield delta H R P. So this it is possible because this enthalpy of reaction is state function, test independent. So the details how go from R go to P is no concern. 이리 가든지 이쪽으로 바로 가든지 it doesn't matter, right? So we can use this concept. So delta H reaction. This R means enthalpy of reaction. 반응열 standard state delta H R equal sigma delta H F0 product minus sigma delta H F0 reactant. So therefore, compared in general equation, AA so general equation AA plus BB plus CC plus DD delta H R0, this standard state enthalpy of reaction equal C times delta HF0 D delta HF0 D minus A delta HF0 A minus B delta HF0 B. So standard enthalpy of formation of the product minus standard enthalpy of formation of reactant. ch4 plus 2O2 CO2 plus 2H2O. The enthalpy of formation in at the standard state, ch4 is minus 75 kilojoule per mole. 2O2 is zero. You know, we decided to put the element of the standard enthalpy of reaction, put zero. So 2O2 is zero. CO2 is minus 393. And H2O liquid is minus 286 kilojoule per mole. So the product, this we add together, minus 393 plus 2 times. So this is the extension property. You should multiply the coefficient of the H2O. So 2 times minus 286 kilojoule per mole equal minus 965 kilojoule per mole. And this reactant minus 75 plus 2 times 0 equal minus 75 kilojoule per mole. Therefore, delta H R0, this reaction enthalpy at standard state, is minus 965 kilojoule minus 75 equal minus 890 kilojoule per mole. So let me draw the diagram for these reactions. At reaction state minus 75 kilojoule, so this is the enthalpy diagram. 1 mole of CH4 and 2 mole O2 is minus 75 state. So this energy is released here. So they becoming minus 965. So delta H equal minus 890 kilojoule per mole. So this much of heat is released from the system. So this becoming 1 mole, this reactant is becoming a product. 1 mole CO2 plus 2 mole H2O. 2 mole H2O liquid state. So what minus means 890 kilojoule per mole is evolved when this 1 mole CH4 and 2 mole O2 is react, becoming a product CO2, 1 mole CO2 and 2 mole H2O. This much of heat is released from the system. So all these this reaction occurred at the standard state. So we sometimes we omit this superscript O because all the reactions occur at 25 degree and 1 atmosphere. So standard state. Right? How about this one? ch4, the same reactions, 2O2. This product is CO2 gas and H2O. This time, delta H equal, what do you expect? This is gas state. This is liquid state. So this time, delta H equal minus 802 kilojoule. So, minus delta H equal minus 802 kilojoule of heat is released. In this case, CO2 plus H2O, 1 more CO2, 2 more H2O, gas state. So less heat is evolved. 더 적은 양이 나오죠, 그죠? 더 적은 양이 나오는 이유가 뭡니까? 지금 여기서는 지금 this is vapor state, this is liquid state. So about 88 joule heat is required to evaporating from liquid state to gas state. So 802, 그 적은 양의 less heat is released from system, right? So 88 kilojoule is used to vaporize with water from liquid state to gas state. I want to give you one more example, two more examples. Nitroglycerin C3H5N3O9 is a nitroglycerin dynamite. It explodes. It's becoming 3CO2 and IO2 H2O gas and VO2 N2 gas, O2 gas. At 25 degree, this 1 mole of nitroglycerin. This isosomal decomposition. Isosomal means at the same temperature. So at the same temperature, temperature is maintained at constant. This nitroglycerin. This nitroglycerin is decomposed into the CO2, H2O, N2, and O2 gas. So they are exploding. The delta HF, enthalpy of formation at the standard state, nitroglycerin is minus 372.2 kilojoule per mole, and the CO2 minus 393.5, H2O minus 241.8, and N2 and O2. This is element, so therefore formation of enthalpy is 0. So what's the, why don't you calculate delta H and delta U? Why don't you compute enthalpy of reaction and internal energy delta U for this reaction? So enthalpy of reaction is easy to calculate because delta H equal 3 times the product minus reactant, right? So 3 times minus 393.5 plus pi over 2 minus 241.8 0 times 0 minus reactant minus 372.4 equal minus 1412.6 kilojoule per mole. This is an enthalpy of reaction at standard state. How about delta U? Delta U equal, you know the U equal, what's the definition? Definition of enthalpy? U plus PV. So delta H equal delta U plus delta PV. So delta U equal delta H minus delta PV. This equal delta H minus delta NRT. So we assume all these gases are ideal gases. So this delta H minus delta NRT equal delta H minus RT, because this is isothermal temperature constant, so delta N remain. What is delta N? Delta N equal 3 plus 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2 plus 1 over 4 minus 0. Because this is a liquid state, this is gas state, 0. So this equals 7.25. Therefore, delta U equal minus 1412.6 delta H minus this much. RT delta N minus RT delta N minus RT delta N equals 7.25 equal minus 12.6 minus 1797 equal minus 1430 kilojoule per mole. So delta U equal minus 1430 kilojoule per mole. My second question is, what's the pressure of this reaction? When this reaction is finished at constant volume, suppose we are starting 0.02 mole of nitroglycerin, it exploded at the 0.3 liters volume equals 0.3 liter at constant volume. The CB equal 100 joule propane. So when this isomer decomposition is finished, the gas filled 0.3 liters of this volume. What the pressure of this gas? We assumed all the gas are ideal gas. So at constant volume, at constant volume, W equal 0. P delta V equals 0, so P W equals 0. So that means delta U Q plus W. So delta U equal QV at constant volume, right? Therefore, this QV equals CV delta T. So we are going to know what's the pressure of this gas. You want to calculate the pressure of this gas at constant volume. So CV delta T, the heat released is QV equal heat released is 1430 kilojoule times 0.2 mole equal 286 kilojoule. So 286 kilojoule times this is 100 times T minus 29A. So T equal so when the nitroglycerin is exploded, T become 3158 K. So you can easily calculate P equal V of nRT. So V equal 0.3 liters and N equal N R equal 0.082 times 2058. What is the N? N equal 0.2 times 7.25 equal 1.45. So this is we put 1.45 times 0.082 times 3188 0.3 equal 12,156 atmosphere. 여러분, 다이나마이트 폭발하면은 이게 지금 12,000 기압이 12,156 기압이 되는데 이 기압 이런 0.3리터 이 콘센트 볼륨에서 이런 그 나이트로글리세린이 폭발하는 걸 느꼈을 때 이 정도 기압이 되고 이 정도 온도가 된다는 거예요. And I will give you another example. Suppose H2O liquid 25 degrees 1 atmosphere. So at the steady state, liquid state H2O is put in cylinder They also maintain 25 degree. So we put one more of water, one more H2O put in cylinder at same temperature, same pressure. This, the same, we are under the same pressure. This becoming H2O, becoming gas state. So all the water was evaporated in the gas state. So we don't know at what temperature, and the pressure is the same. This becoming 33 liters. So this gas, vaporized gas or water filled 33 liters. Volume is 33 liters. And the cylinder or temperature T. So my question is, what is delta H for this reaction? One more H2O put in cylinder. So at first temperature was 25 degrees and the pressure was 1 atmosphere at liquid state. So this liquid state water is evaporated at some temperature T, and they fill the volume becoming as 33 liters. So what's the enthalpy of reaction for this reaction? The Cp for water at the liquid state is 75.3 joule per K. Cp means at specific heat capacity at the constant pressure. For H2O gas state is 40.2 joule per K. And heat capacity, Cp for cylinder is 1000 joule per K. And delta H vaporization, enthalpy of vaporization for water at 373 K, 100 degree, 1 atmosphere equal 40.6 kilojoules per mole. So this value is given. Why don't you calculate enthalpy of reaction delta H for this reaction? How you can calculate? So we can divide using Hess's law. We can divide like this: H2O liquid 298 K, 1 atmosphere. So this first go to H2O liquid state 373 K, 1 atmosphere. So just we increase the temperature from 298 to 373 K. This is boiling point, 373 K. This we call delta H1. Then this at the same temperature they becoming H2O gas state at the same temperature, 373 K, 1 atmosphere. This is vaporization. Vaporization occurs at the same temperature, 373K. So this we call delta S2. Then this go to the H2O gas T 1 atmosphere. This we call delta S3. So delta H according to Hess law, delta H equals delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. How you can calculate delta H1? So delta H1, just we increase temperature from 298 373K, right? So this delta H1 equals CP 75.3 times 773 minus 298. How about delta H2? And also this delta H1, we need cylinder 298. Delta H2, we just put this one, 40.6. So 40.600 Joule. Delta H3. Delta H3 from this temperature to T. So this one is 40.2 in gas state, Cp, T minus 373 plus 1000 T minus 373. So how you can calculate T? Temperature T is T equal R of PV. N equal 1 mole H2O, right? So R equal 0.082, P equal 1 atmosphere, V equal 33 liters. So this is a 400 O2K. Therefore, this delta H equal 5647.5 times 725,000 times 40600 times plus 116.8 plus 29,000 equal, finally we had 151.4 kilojoule per mole. So I gave you the example of the how to use the Hess's law, and also I gave you the first example is how to use the enthalpy of formation to calculate the enthalpy of reaction.